gentlemen. Long time no talk to. Long time no vlog, I guess is the words. I just wanted to go over what's been going on. Nothing weird or anything. Oh, I was used to sipping the ending of my last coffee, and I just filled it up with more coffee, and I took a swig a little bit too quickly, and it's still crazy hot. I'm just going to move over to my other channel because I just want to make sure I'm starting this video off at the right point. So the last thing I did was training day, which was at the cottage. So I've done lots of walks. Yesterday I did more than 17,000 steps. I think when I got home, so I cut the lawn, which sometimes can be up to 10,000 steps, depending on, sorry about the wind, once again, when I cut my lawn, again, we have 250 feet deep by 60 feet wide, and going back and forth, cutting lawn for about an hour. I think I can do about 7,500 steps in that hour, and then after that went up to go shopping with Carol, but I went to get a pedicure because we're going on a big hike, and I wanted to make sure my feet were in top-notch condition before I go on this big hike. And it's always nice before you go on holiday, get a pedicure. Before you do a big hike, get a pedicure maybe a week before you go on a hike, because you don't want your feet to be too sensitive. And then Carol went, and she had a doctor's appointment, and so she dropped me off to save money and gas. She dropped me off, and after they took me early for my appointment, which was at 4. They took me at 3:45, and I was willing to wait. Again, I'm not an impatient person at all. My appointment starts at 4. I'll go at 4. So it took me at 3:45, finished at like 4:15, paid, and Carol still had an hour left of her appointment. So I started walking south. I wanted to walk across the highway or under the highway and go to that mountain equipment co-op store because I want to buy some more hiking socks. I have one really good pair, and I've been using them for the last couple weeks, ever since I bought my boots, and they're awesome. And I'm going shopping today to buy more, so maybe I'll take you guys along to show you. And apparently Carol's looked up reviews on them, and they're all good. Anyway, so I try to cross from one part of Barrie over to the other part where Mech is, and they've closed both sidewalks because they're redoing one of the overpasses, and so they've taken away any chance of walking to the other side of the highway. So I walked all the way down to Costco, and which was about I think it was 6 kilometers. Yeah, it was about 6 kilometers. I was speed walking, so I did it in just under an hour, I was pretty much soaked with sweat by the time I got to Costco. And we bought some chuck steak, some chicken, like a big thing of chicken wings. What else did we get? Provolone cheese, which I love provolone cheese. I love Havarti provolone, and last night I made 2 big 8-ounce patties out of this really good minced beef that we get from a local farm. And the sun, look at that. It's not going to last long. Oh, wait a minute, it might. Oh, yes, that's awesome. And then I made one patty up, and again, they're about that big, so I make them really thin. And then I put the cheese on the top, 1 slice of Havarti, 2 slices of provolone. Then I cooked a second patty, put that on top. So it's about a pound of ground beef and 3 slices of cheese. Oh yeah, we bought a lot of bacon too, and so I had 3 strips of bacon as my dessert last night. So I'll be probably fine till dinner tonight. Again, I have to make sure I know how many calories I'm eating, because you have to eat over 1,200 calories a day. To not put yourself into crisis mode, survival mode, or whatever. And so yeah, you need to eat at least at least 1,200. I've watched a lot of videos, and people do not recommend going under. If you're trying to lose weight, don't, keep eating. You need to eat. The worst thing you can do is just not eat and then binge, and then not eat and then binge. But it's obviously intermittent fasting does work too. But anyway, enough of that. Let's move on to what some of the things I have done. Of course, I did the IHOP video. Thanks to every single one of you guys for watching. Thanks to all the very respectful people that didn't jot down my phone number and try to call me. Appreciate you. Didn't respond to one person. Again, it's my private line. I screwed up and spilt the beans on that, but I appreciate people that saw it and told me about it. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I appreciate the people that didn't use my phone number for texting me or calling me. Again, I didn't respond to any of them. Most of them I blocked because some people are just very unhappy people, I think. Anyway, so since last week, what did I do? I think I went back too far in my... So I did the MRE videos. I'm trying to see... All right, okay, so I did the thing with Paul in Kingston. And then I did the MRE videos. Shot all 3 of them in 24 hours. Oh yeah, there's Sunny. Yeah, I really like that macaroni. That was really good. The chili macaroni. I'd love to make that on a camp out. And then apparently I did nothing between the MRE. I swear I went to... Jeez. Oh yeah, I drove up to the Cottage again. I drove to IHOP and had a pretty good time at IHOP. No major issues. After the IHOP video though, I went up to the Cottage with Carol and sat at one of my... I'm not sure if you guys can see that. One of my favorite views of all time, thanks to my mom and dad. Oh, that's right, and I made a vlog up there about that, so about my shoes and my training. And we had that super moon up there, and that was pretty neat to see from the dock at the Cottage. I see a bad moon arising. And we think we saw some northern lights, but we weren't 100% sure, because sometimes there's like that puff of cloud in a certain spot, and as the sun is circling around the earth, it kind of gives it, especially when there are super high clouds, makes it look kind of like a aurora borealis. And then we've been talking about our trip to Adirondacks. On Wednesday, I went to Paul's house. Right, so Tuesday all day I worked with Carl. Wednesday, after Carl left, I tried editing as much as I could of the IHOP video. And then Wednesday, I, again, was trying really hard. I got up early, edit, because I had to do the live show early, the channel members only live show early. And then from there, I had to zip down to Paul's house and have dinner with them. And Paul made an amazing steak dinner. That's Paul barbecuing it, and he likes the sirloins. And then he plated it for me, and he did something that I want to do on my when I start my carnivore diet. So a few of you guys have asked about the carnivore diet, and I said I haven't started yet. I'm just kind of playing around with different meals and trying to find meals that will help me get through that whole process. But there's something you can make with blue cheese and butter, and then you basically blend it all together. You put it in plastic wrap and you roll it into a roll, and then you put it in the fridge. When it's nice and solidified, then you can cut it into discs, and then you put that on your steak, and you get a nice blue cheese butter on your steak, and that's amazing. And then we went to the Rob Zombie Alice Cooper concert. I can't remember who the openers were, but it was amazing to finally see Alice Cooper live, and very happy about that. one of the people that we were with knew somebody who got us into like a special VIP area, and we kind of hung out there, and then listened to Alice Cooper and sang all the best Alice Cooper tunes. I think I only have one Alice Cooper 45. Do you guys remember the 45s? So one side was You Can Go to Hell, and the other side I couldn't remember, and I told Paul, I remember the reason I bought that 45 was because of the other song, and when we were kids, I never let my parents know what was the other song, because back in the 70s and 80s, your parents didn't want you to have like certain like, my parents never wanted me to listen to Kiss because they thought it was like nasty music, but of course now it's like classic rock. So I remember listening to You Can Go to Hell, but I couldn't remember what was on the other side, and Paul's like, I'll Never Cry, and I'm like, holy crap, I can't believe, dude, you remember what was on the flip side of You Can Go to Hell on a 45 from like 40 years ago. So thanks, Paul, for helping me remember that. It's somewhere in my record collection. Still have it to this day. Anyway, guys, that's all I wanted to do for you guys today, just catch you up. Yeah, yesterday was Thursday, so I did some other stuff, and again, I did the pedicure, did my big walk. Probably did about 19,000 steps yesterday. Burned over 1,500 calories, which was awesome. Today is Friday. I had to shoot this video for you guys just to give you a heads up what's going on, and then I have to go shopping later on. And Paul's birthday is tomorrow, so we'll be celebrating that. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend coming up, and thanks for all your support on this channel.